Just making a few partridge automaton. First of all, I'm making the partridges. This is American cherry wood, 7mm I made it down to, and I made them in two halves. These are done on the prototyping machine, Roland prototyping machine, and cut on both sides. Of course they need recesses inside for the parts, and then 3D on the outside. So I've got to get them out of the wood now. So first of all I'm going to use a sharp blade just to trim off the excess. Of course, using a round nose blade, it doesn't go all the way through. Be very careful not to cut the very fine beak off. So need a sharp blade, just trim off a bit of the excess. It carves very well, American cherry wood. Not so easy to get hold of, but I can order it from a local woodyard. But very easy to import into the US after I've made the Automata, which is very... Now I need to cut out the two tabs, which are quite big, because they need to be held fairly solidly. Got to be careful to do this without splitting into the actual partridge half. So I'm going to make sure that any crack doesn't go into the wood, so it needs to be a little bit above where the bird is. Get those out of the way and then just pop it out. Do the next one. There's a pair of partridges, that's enough for one automaton. So a little bit rough yet, needs some sanding down. There's more sanding down than anything else in this job. But as you can see, there's a recess in there, one for the gimbal and one for the counterweight, and then area for the wire, the pin that it sits on to move, just so it can rock a little bit. And those two halves, same on the other side, are going to go together. And I'll glue them together before I try taking off this excess wood, because they'll be so much stronger when they're glued together. First of all though, I need to make the brass gimbal and the little brass counterweight, so I'll make those next. Quite like these little birds, quite little chunky little birds. Beautiful finish off the Roland MDX40A. The counterweight isn't difficult to make. All I've got to do is 6mm brass and cut a 6mm length off it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Easiest to do this on the lathe. It's easier on the lathe because I'm able to chamfer both ends. Makes it easier to get into the recesses in the wood, and then chop it off. The gimbals are a little bit more difficult. This is 3mm brass rod now, so they need to be 6mm long again, so I'll just measure them out. Better measure them out but not cut them off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just measure it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. I measured it but not cut it off, because what I have to do now is drill a 1.5mm hole through the middle of these to make the gimbal for the pin to go through. So I have to do that on the drill. So this is a trickier operation. I made this clamp so that I can hold metal bits to drill them. Just get it in there. So it's not just a matter of drilling the hole though, because first, of course, the drill, if I just try, it'll slip off. So what I've got to do first is start it off, make a little starter hole with this centre bit. Let's get in there. Okay, so this is more rigid than a drill. It's in the middle. Just do it by eye, that's sufficient. And do the other one. Good. I've actually got them slightly off centre, as you can see. But what I can do is just loosen it slightly now. And position it so that hole's at the top. Tighten it up again. Right, change the drill now. This is a Proxon pillar drill. What I've done, I've adapted it. I've put a slightly longer pillar on it. Just makes it more practical. Pretty easy done. I just got some 20mm steel rod and sawed a length off. Right, so now it's actually a 1.6mm drill. Take this height adjuster off. Just gently go through. Good, that's one. Do the next one, just loosen it off. Need to get it over the hole that it goes through. Good. Take those off. Back in the lathe. Speed him up a bit, shall we? What I'm going to do now is just again bevel these off with the little file. Good, so I have the counterweight and I have the bevel. So those fit in here quite easily. There's the counterweight and the bevel will fit in there. As you can see, there's now a channel. We get the hole in the right place, the pin will go through it. Now we just need to stick the other side of the bird on, so need a little bit of glue. It's like getting tomato ketchup out of a bottle, this stuff. Right. Usually put a little bit on my finger to control it. Of course, I don't want glue to get inside the mechanism, but I do need it all around the bird. Doesn't matter if it goes on the counterweight, but I don't want it on the bevel. Right. Try not to get the bird gluey. Good. Fine. Just clean my hands off. I find if you get glue on the outside, it's difficult to get off. I need to now line it up. Particularly the beak, which is very delicate. Good, taking shape, little partridge. Feeling quite heavy now with those counterweights inside. Right, happy with that. Just leave it to dry now. So first of all, I'm going to take the tabs off. Just we're using the 1-inch band sander for that. Need a few health and safety things. Get the ear protectors on, very important. Take a few of these across. Looking better already. as a whole, but they're quite smooth and they're very curved. The belt has a little loose bit without a hard backing there, which is more forgiving when you're doing the contour. Let's pick a bit out now with the blade. Let's get that beak. Now, that hole needs cleaning out a bit more. All right, and there we are. As you can see, it's weighted so that it sits nicely. It doesn't go forwards, it goes backwards. So it's always going to run with its tail dragging. A few more to do yet, but there's that one now, ready for painting. But I think that's... take the earphones off, don't really need those, do I? Yeah, I think the painting would be for another video if we haven't already got one already. But yeah, one out of a brace of penguins, no, these are penguins. One out of a pair of partridges. So, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.